Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wassalatu wassalam ala sharafil anbiya wal mursaleen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma infa'ni bima 'allamtani wa 'allimni ma yanfa'uni wa zidni ilman. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So welcome to the session number 8. This is probably, this is the last session in the basics of the ism, inshallah. So in the yesterday's session, quickly review, we studied the signs that could indicate that a particular word is feminine. First of all, everything in this world is either masculine or feminine as far as Arabic language is concerned. Okay, we don't study masculine because everything is masculine unless there are signs of feminine. So we are going to study only feminine. In feminine, if you see, those are classified into two broader groups: real feminine, fake feminine. Real feminine is actually a feminine entity which is biologically feminine, which by the name itself you can realize that this is a female entity. You don't need any linguistic help on it. Mother, sister, daughter, auntie, grandmother, all these are female entities. So these are real feminines. What we are interested is the fake feminine. Under the fake feminine, there were like 4 categories. One is the ending of the words which indicate feminine, like the words ending with ta marbuta, words ending with alif maksura, alif, and words ending with alif mamduda. If any of the word ends with one of 3, most probably it's a feminine. That's a fake feminine. The second group under this was the broken plurals. You need to remember 2 rules. If you are dealing with the plural and it's a broken plural, then based on the meaning you can decide whether it's a human broken plural or a non-human. Non-human broken plurals must be treated like a she. Human broken plurals may be treated like a she. That was the second topic under feminine. The third was the body parts in pair. All the body parts that we have in pair are considered as feminine. Hands, legs, right? Even if you're talking about singular of them, like one hand I'm talking about, still it will be considered as feminine because hand exists in pair. The last topic was the word in the story. There are words in Arabic language which don't have any linguistic reason for them to be feminine, but they are treated as feminine. Why? Because that's how the words were found to be used by those people. They were treating these words as feminine. So we collected all these words and said, okay, here is a story built around these words to help you remember it. So if you find a word from this in any of your contexts, it will be treated as feminine because the Arab said so. So that was the topic of the gender, status, number, gender. Now we will go to the last property of the ism, which is called as type. Now here is the flow chart that we have been reviving from last so many days. Arabic language, 3 parts of speech. We are studying ism. Every ism has 4 properties: status, number, gender, type. So today's topic is type, and it is of 2 types. The type itself is of 2 types: common and proper. That's the subject of today's study. Okay, so let's directly jump into it. What is this type? Now, type is, in English grammar, you call it as common or proper. So, if you are talking about any general thing, let's say a boy. Yeah, a boy is common because any boy. A boy is not the same as a girl. Okay, so it's just a general statement. But if I say the boy, now I am being specific. Now this is not common. The boy who came late. Now I am talking about a particular specific boy. This is proper. So this is what this topic is about: type, whether the word is common or proper. A apple, the apple. A apple is any apple. The apple that fell on Newton's head. Now I am talking about specific apple, not any apple. Okay. So when you use the, it is proper. When you use a or an, it is common in English. It is also called as definite and indefinite in English. Definite means proper and indefinite means common. Okay. So this is what it refers to: common and proper. For example, a boy and the boy. That's why I told you. So basically we can say common is anything, while proper is something that is specific. That is specific. And by default, everything is common unless you make it proper. So Arabic has got these defaults. You should remember it. Every ism is rafa by default. Every ism is masculine by default. Every ism is heavy by default. Every ism is common by default. So when the word moves away from the default state, there is a reason for it. So you and me as a student of language, we should try to investigate and find out why is it not in the default state. So then we can know the reason and interpret it properly. Okay. So let's get started with this common proper thing. So type, only two options, common and proper. And there are all in all 7 different ways to make the word proper. 7 different ways to make the word proper. And that's what is going to be the study today. We are going to study these 7 different ways how a word becomes proper. The most and the very common and the easy way to convert any ism into proper is prefix it with the al. If you put a al in the beginning of it, it becomes proper. Because al means the. Al translated as the. So anything you say with the, it is proper. Right? Now remember, al, I told you, I have reminded you this couple of times in the previous session. Al has an issue with tanween. Al does not like tanween. Al does not like a word to have double dhamma, double fatha, double kasra. It does not like. So the moment it makes it entry, it removes one of the dhamma, fatha, kasra. That's what it does. So al and tanween cannot go together. But that does not mean al makes the word light. No, it doesn't make, because it only has issues with tanween, ending sound, not with the ending combination. It has no effect on it. So that's the reason we don't include it as one of the reason to make it light. It only removes tanween, because tanween means al means the. So in English also, you cannot have a word with and the together. The apple. No. Or the house. No, either say or the. That's why when you put al, one of the tanween goes away. For example, kitabun. Kitabun means book. A book, basically. But if I put al, one of the dhamma goes away and it becomes al-kitabu, and it translates as the book. Okay? The book. Now the book is proper. A book is common. So al is the first way to make the word proper. What's the second type of proper word? Proper names. All the names that are proper names are called as proper, irrespective of what that name is. Is the name of a brand, name of a city, name of a person, does not matter. If it is a proper name, it is proper. Okay? All the names that are proper names. Even if it has tanween on it, it's proper. If it's a proper name. Muhammadun, it's a tanween. But Muhammad is a proper name, so it's a proper. Okay? That's the second type of proper word. Third type is pronoun. Pronouns are always proper because they replace noun. So all those words like he, she, they, we, you, these are all proper because they are used in place of proper nouns. Ahmad is a good boy, right? And then if you want to say anything more about Ahmad, we don't keep using Ahmad. Ahmad lives behind the masjid. Ahmad goes to this school. No, we just replace Ahmad with he. He lives behind the masjid. He goes to the XYZ school. So we use he instead of Ahmad. So he becomes proper because he is a pronoun. That's the third. Fourth is pointers. Ismu ishara. Ismu means ism, noun. Ishara means to point at. That's the Arabic term for pointers. Ismu ishara. So all the pointing words, this, that, these, those, these are all proper. Why? Because when we use this word, we are being specific. This chair is broken. Now I'm not talking about any chair. I'm talking about this chair because I use the word this. So every time you use these pointing words, the word becomes proper. So pointing word is the fourth way to make the word proper. And then the fifth one is the one being called. See, whenever you call someone, that name, even if it was common, it becomes proper. Okay? Because when you call, you are calling specific person. So for example, waladun. Waladun means a boy. It is common. waladun, a boy. But if I say ya waladu, ya is the prefix that is used to catch the attention, or that is used to call someone in Arabic. So if I say ya waladu, now it becomes proper, because now I'm not talking about any boy, I'm calling that boy. Who, a boy, oh boy. So this ya get translated as o. Usually there is no translation, it just indicates somebody is trying to catch the attention of someone. So ya, when you put, it becomes proper. Now ya also does one more thing, it makes the word light. Ya makes the word light. So waladun word becomes ya waladu. Ya waladun would be wrong. So when I say ya makes the word light, does that raise any flag? Yes. This is the reason number 2 for the word to be light. We studied reason number 1 as a partially flexible word. Remember when we were young, I told you that there are 4 reasons for a word to be light. Yeah. And we studied the reason number 1 as partially flexible word. Here is the reason number 2. If the word is light, maybe it is prefixed with ya. Maybe it is a munada. Munada means then the one who is being called. So if it is munada, it will be light. This is your reason number 2 for a word to be light. 2 more to go. The 6th reason for a word to be proper is something called as ism mausula. This is the Arabic term. Some syllabuses call this ism mausula as a relative pronoun. We will use ism mausula. What's the ism mausula? Well, there are many ism mausulas occurring in Qur'an, like the word allazi. Allazi is ism mausula because it means the one who. So all those words which have the meaning of the one who, all those women who, these are ism mausulas. So allazi means the one who. This is masculine. The feminine form of it is allati, the one who, female. How will you make it dual? Easy. Just add ani. Allazani, the two who, or allatani, the two females who. Similarly, there is a plural form of this, allazina. Many a times in Quran you will see ya ayyuhallazina amanu, ya ayyuhallazina kafaru. So all those who believe, all those who disbelieve. So allazina means all those. This is masculine form. Feminine, allati or allai. 2 words for it. Okay. So all these words which mean the one who, the two who, all those who, these are all ism mausulas, and ism mausulas are all proper. Because when we say the one who came late, the one in the red shirt, okay, so we are being specific. So when you are being specific, it is proper, not common. We are not talking about anything common. So those are the 6 ways. That leaves only the last one that can make the word proper, and that is a rule. It is called as after of before of rule. There is a rule, after of before of. If the after of word is proper, then the before of word automatically becomes proper. If the after of is proper, before of automatically becomes proper. What do you mean by that? If I tell you a car, it's a common word. A car is common. But if I tell you car of Abdullah, now it is not any car, we are talking about specific car. So the word car becomes proper. Well, just now we said that car word is common, but now when I use it in this way, car of Abdullah, the word becomes proper. How? Because now you use this in the format of word. So the rule is, if the after of word is proper, the before of word automatically becomes proper. In this case, car of Abdullah, Abdullah is a proper name. So the moment you use car with Abdullah in this format, car of Abdullah, the word car becomes proper. Not any car, car of Abdullah. So this is the rule, that if the after of is proper, the before of automatically becomes proper. So these are the 7 different ways a word becomes proper. So if you are deciding the type of the word, just go through this checklist, 7 checklist. If any of them applies, the word is proper. Otherwise, it is common. Okay? Now, here is something to make a note. You remember while studying the weight, we said that we don't do the weight business with the words that have al on it. And here is the reason for it. We did not do light or heavy stuff with the word al because the behavior of the word al is little bit weird. When you add a word al to the word that has tanween, it loses the tanween, which means one of the dhamma fatha kasra is gone. So this gives the feeling to the student, aha, the word has become light, because sir said that when you remove one of the dhamma fatha kasra, it becomes light. Yeah, that is true, but al does not make the word light. Why are we saying that? Because if al was making the word light, then it should have the same effect on all the words of the Muslimun table. But if you see, if we add al to the ending sound, yes, it does remove one of the dhamma fatha kasra. But when I add the al to an ending combination word, nothing happens. Look at this table, right? So if you see this, the al has taken away the tanween. But when I add al to the ending combination, nothing happened. Muslimuna remain Muslimuna, Muslimani remain Muslimani, even though al is added there. Which means al has a different effect on the ending sound and the ending combination. So that's why we don't say al makes the word light. We only say al removes the tanween. But al does make the word proper. So all it did in this table was it made the word proper, nothing else. It did not make it light. Okay? So keep this difference in mind. Al only gets rid of tanween. It doesn't make the word light. So it is not one of the 4 reasons. That's why. But ya is one of the reason. Ya makes the word light. So if you add a ya to this Muslimun table, the Muslimun table will sound like this. Ya Muslimu, Ya Muslima, Ya Muslimi, Ya Muslima, Ya Muslimai, Ya Muslimai, Ya Muslimu, Ya Muslimi, Ya Muslimi. And same thing with the female. Because ya makes the word light. Al does not. Keep that in mind. Okay. With that, we can do a little bit of practice with the common proper stuff. Here is the first word, as-salawati. As-salawati. It means the prayers. So is it common or proper? Well, you see the al there, so this has to be proper. It has to be proper. Second word, al-usta, which means the middle or the balanced. Again, al is there, it is proper. It's proper. The third, ajaban. Ajaban, which means strange, ajib, strange. Okay, is it common or proper? Well, one shortcut way is it has a tanween, so it is common. But the confirmed way is none of the 7 ways of making the word proper applies to it. It is neither al is there, nor a proper noun, not a proper name, not a pointer, not a munada, something being called, not a ism mausula, no before of, after of. None of the 7 applies, so it's common. That's also another way of confirming it. The fourth one, an-nasa, which means the people. Again, you have a al on it, so it is proper. Okay, fine. And the last one is haza, and haza means this. Haza means this, which means it's a pointing word. So if it is a pointing word, it has to be proper. So that's why it is proper. So this is how we decide common and proper. Just go to the checklist. If any of the 7 applies, it is proper. Otherwise, the word is common. I hope that makes it clear. With that, we come to a final exercise, okay, where we'll practice all the 4 properties. So when we studied status, we were only practicing status with the words. When we studied number, we started practicing status number. With the gender, we started practicing status number gender. Now the time has come, we can practice all the 4 properties for the words from the Qur'an. Okay, here is the first word. If you see, fiyataini. Okay, so what's the status, what's the number, what's the gender, what's the type? Okay, as far as status is concerned, it is taini, which means nasparjar. And since it is taini, it is dual. And since it is taini, it is feminine. And none of the 7 reasons apply, so the word is common. So the final answer is nasparjar, dual, feminine, common. The second is either take nafsin or wahidatin, does not matter. So the status would be jar, the number would be singular, both the words are singular. The gender would be feminine, wahidatin has a tamar buta, so feminine. Why nafsin is feminine? Well, nafsin is a word from the story, so that's why it is feminine. And the type, both are common. No reasons to consider them proper. So we will say jar, singular, feminine, common. Third one, al-munafiquna. Al-munafiquna. Okay, una. Una gives you all the answers except type. Una means rafa, una means plural, una means masculine. And since it is al, it is proper. So the four properties are rafa, plural, masculine, proper. Fourth one, al-kanitina. Al-kanitina. Ina. Ina means nasparjar. Ina means plural. Ina means masculine. And it's al, so it is proper. Don't confuse this tina with tiny. Tiny is feminine, but tina is not feminine because there is no tina combination in Muslimun table. It is tiny and ina. So this is masculine. So nasparjar, plural, masculine, proper. The fifth one is ash-shahawati. Ash-shahawati. So because of al, one of the tanween has gone. The actual word is shahawatin. So it's sounding very much close to muslimatin. And muslimatin is nasparjar, plural, feminine. And because of al, this is proper. So the answers are nasparjar, plural, proper, feminine and proper. Okay. Here's one more slide. And the sixth word is ar-rasikhuna. Again, una gives away all the three properties. Una is rafa, una is masculine, una is proper. Una is rafa, plural, masculine. And al means proper. So RPMP. Seventh is ithnataini. Ithnataini. Again, tiny, dual, nasparjar. And feminine, tiny. And no signs of proper, so it is common. Eighth one, kafiratun. Yeah, rafa because of dhamma tanween. Singular because no sign of dual or plural. Feminine because tamarbuta. And common because none of the 7 reasons apply here. So rafa, singular, feminine, common. Ninth, la'ibratan. La'ibratan. Okay. Tan means nasb. Tan means singular. Tan means feminine, tamarbuta. And tan is common. So nasb, singular, feminine, common. And the last one is ghayra mudarrin. Mudarrin, jar, singular, masculine, and common. So that completes the comprehensive exercise where we practiced all the 4 properties. Alhamdulillah, the astonishing part is we are able to do these properties without knowing the meaning. That is the skill we have acquired in the last 8 sessions, that we can figure out the properties of an ism without knowing its meaning. What's the status, which means what role the word is performing. Is it a doer? Is it detail? Is it after off? What's the number on this? Is it singular entity, dual or plural? What's the gender of this? Is it masculine or feminine? And what's the type of it? Is it common or proper? We are able to figure all these properties without the meaning. That's called as grammatical ability. Right? So Alhamdulillah, this completes the basics of the isms. If you see this chart, it sounds very overwhelming. I did not show you in the beginning of the class. But if you take a look at this chart, this is what we have achieved in the last 8 sessions. The orange one is all status, the green is the number, the purple is the gender, and the blue is the type. And Alhamdulillah, in these 8 sessions, now when you look at this, you should be able to correlate and understand, okay, this is what it means. I know what that means. Okay, yeah. So this will not be something which is, what is this? You have studied all the concepts in the 8 days, Alhamdulillah. So with that, we complete the basics of the isms. Inshallah, from tomorrow onwards, we are graduating to more than a word. Now we are not going to study single words. We are going to study relationship between words. What happens when 2 words come together? What type of relationships they go into? All these things will be unraveled from tomorrow on for the next maybe 5-6 sessions. We will study the relationships of the words. So now it is going to, if you thought This was interesting. Now it is going to get more interesting and more challenging. And challenging in an interesting way, not in a way making it more complex. No, it's going to get interesting, inshallah. But before you do that, I strongly urge, go through all the 8 sessions, go through the notes, go through the, if you have any question, ask in the class group. Inshallah, there are good students who respond. They will try to answer it. If not, I will try to satisfy your query, inshallah. With that, we end this session. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum.